Overcoming great odds, the Warriors took care of conference business last night as they handed the men of Troy their second loss of the season. Now with only one regular season match remaining, Hawaii has a chance to become the only team this season to get a series sweep against the nation's #1 squad. From the Stan Sheriff Center, K5, the home team, presents Mountain Pacific Sports Federation men's volleyball. Tonight, 8th-ranked Hawaii, the Warriors closing out their regular season schedule against the #1 team in the country, the Trojans of Southern California. How you doing, everybody? I'm Russell Yamanoha, filling in tonight for Jim Leahy, joined by Ryan Suji. And last night, we had a great one here in the Rainbow Dome as Hawaii picked up a big win against the #1 team in the country, Southern California. Hawaii looked discombobulated in that third set last night. They were down 2-1, but in sets 4 and set 5, they put it together. They scratched, they clawed, they fought their way back into it. Nejc Zemljak doing a job from the service line, especially in that 5th game. And then Joshua Walker ending it with a block at the net to send Hawaii to a big upset over the nation's #1 team. That sets us up for tonight, the rematch. It's night 2 between these two squads.
Yeah, it should be another epic battle between these two teams. And for those of you who saw last night, knows that this is a game that's going to feature some amazing athletes that we saw last night. Murphy Troy for USC going up against Jonas Umlauft once again. And we should be in store for yet, like I said, another epic battle between two teams that want to win tonight. USC is not used to losing, and I can guarantee you that they are fired up and hungry to get back out here on the court.
And for Hawaii, it's his senior night. 3 Hawaii seniors saying so long to the crowd tonight.
Yeah, and I think it's a great example of the senior night showing what we saw last night, a great example of the heart of this Warrior volleyball team. Nejc Zemljak, Josh Walker, as well as Brennon, Dyer, all helped to contribute to Hawaii's comeback victory. Those 3 seniors do not want to let this be their last game here. They're going to do all that they can to continue their season and hopefully host next week in the first round of the MPSF playoffs.
So we had a great one last night here in the Rainbow Dome, hoping for more tonight. It's Hawaii, #8 in the country, taking on the top squad in all the nation, Southern California. We'll have it for you when we come back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Let's hit you with the starting lineup, sponsored by Hawaiian Tel Federal Credit Union, where membership is open to all island residents. Helimai, you belong. This is the starters, the starting 7 for Southern California. Murphy Troy, Tony Ciarelli, and Bourne, the outside hitters. Austin Zahn and Steven Chandrick. Big night for him last night. The middle blockers, Riley McKibbin, the Punahou product at the center spot. Also from Punahou, Henry Cassidy, the libero. 2 starters for the #1 team in the country, Southern California. Bill Ferguson, the head coach, in his 5th season in Los Angeles. His record 80 and 56, picking up that 56th loss last night here. And a big win by Hawaii. On the other side of the court, the starters for Hawaii, your outside hitters, as the way it's been for pretty much most of the season. Stephen Hunt, Joshua Walker, and Jonas Umlauft, 26 kills last night to lead everybody in the house. Shane Welch and Brennon Dyer, their middle blockers. Nejc Zemljak, one of the seniors, is the setter, and Nick Costello is the libero for the University of Hawaii. Charlie Wade, now 34 wins, 21 losses. He's in his 2nd season at the University of Hawaii, leading Hawaii to that big win over Southern California last night. Before we head to break, we want to send our best to our team captain, Jim Leahy. Our thoughts are with you, Jim, and the entire Leahy family. From your K5 family, we send you our very best. More from the Stan Sheriff Center in a moment. Back live at the Stan Sheriff Center are keys to the match, sponsored by Kaiser Permanente. Live well, be well, and thrive.
First for USC, it's play for pride. Regardless if they lose tonight or even if they lose both their matches next week, they will still be in control of first place in the MPSF. So for USC, it's all about pride. They're not used to losing, and they want to come out firing from the start. And for Hawaii, it's pressure the passers. UH will need to serve tough and put pressure on the USC passers. UH wants to keep setter Riley McKibbin off the net so he's unable to run that middle attack that killed Hawaii for most of the match.
Take a look at your officials here tonight. Dan Hironaka will be up on the pedestal. He's the up official. Ernie Ho down on the floor. the low referee, Ryan Scudder, and Greg Detweiler will be the linesmen calling it down in the corners here tonight in the Rainbow Dome for the rematch between number 1 Southern California and number 8 Hawaii. Hawaii stretched Southern Cal to 5 last night and picking up that big, thrilling win. Southern California, all through the introductions, were standing out there on the floor. They have been pumped up and ready to get this one started. They opened with the service out of bounds, and right away they started off with the error. Austin Zahn, 2 service errors last night, picks up his first one here quickly. Nate Zemljak back to serve for Hawaii, had that big serving run in Game 5 last night as Hawaii pulled away from Southern California down the stretch.
It looks like USC and UH will be in different matchups than we saw last night.
Right away, they go the quick set to the middle. Hawaii had some trouble stopping that last night. They go right back to Steven Chandrick, who got off to a scorching hot night last night, hitting 900 at one point. But he cooled off down the stretch a little bit still. Had a great night for him, hitting 765 in last night's match. He goes to Stephen Hunt. Zemljak set it far side to Umlauft, hits it off the block, trying to save it in the back row as SC. They do it. And then blocked at the net. Joshua Walker gets up off the floor to put that one down, and Hawaii showing that they're still as hot as last night.
Well, impressive dig to keep this rally alive by Murphy Choi, but try Bourne hitting that ball into the Walker wall that time. Walker blocking on the right. Usually we see him on that left side, but because of that serve-receive rotation, he stayed on that right. We'll see if Walker can put some pressure on these passers with his tough jump serve.
So Joshua Walker back to serve. He had 1 service ace last night. Would love to get another one right here. He had 19 kills as well. He puts one off the tape. It's stuck up by Cassidy. Here comes SC. Ciarelli had a miss hit right in the middle by Jonas Umlauft. He looks at his teammates immediately, says, my bad. It was just a miss hit by him all the way right there in the middle.
And a misplay by USC. Not the set Ciarelli was expecting, but just tipping that ball over the net. USC came out with the advantage that time.
Ty Bourne back to serve for Southern California. Nice pass to Zemljak. He goes far side to Hunt. That's popped up by Southern California. Here comes USC. And Joshua Walker had an out ball come right at him. Couldn't get out of the way in time, and Murphy Choi picks up his first kill of the night off the misplay by Joshua Walker. Bourne to serve right at the net is Zemljak. He goes right in front of him to Umlauft. Popped up by Walker. Zemljak goes right back to Umlauft. That's dug up by McKibbin. Cassidy will pop it up. And Ciarelli, tough night last night. As both teams joust at the net. Just misses the scoreboard. There's that one. Here comes SC again. Ciarelli, solo blocked by Jonas Umlauft. And the player of the year candidate for Hawaii exerting himself early.
And again, this is the one area that Umlauft has continued to work on. You see him diving back into the cross court. Be interesting to watch the body language of Ciarelli. Ciarelli's one of those players that needs to have a good start in order for him to have a good match. So not the start that USC wants out of Tony Ciarelli.
That'll put St. Welch back to serve for Hawaii. McKibbin tries to dink it. Hawaii trying to save it. Zemljak popped it up. But Hawaii not able to save that, and SC will take the lead here, 4-3.
See a shot there of McKibbin, the leader whose mother was Diana McNamara McKibbin, a great Wahine volleyball player.
Joshua Walker skying out of the back row right there, but it's stopped by SC. They go right to Ciarelli, and he gets it off the floor.
And you give a free ball opportunity like that to USC, and they will eat it alive. Fast offense, one-on-one to the pins, exactly how they want it.
Serve goes off the tape. Nice pass right in the middle to Zemljak. That allowed Brennon Dyer to punch that one into the defense for Southern California, and it goes out. Hawaii picks up the point.
That trademark 31 set that Brennon Dyer hit so well. See his numbers from last night. Only 3 kills, but had some very timely kills in that first set.
Umlauft back to serve. Good one. Here comes McKibbin. He'll pop it up. Ciarelli took something off. Hawaii scrambles to save it. They do. Joshua Walker will hit it over. Here comes SC the other way. McKibbin the set. Quick middle. That's blocked out of bounds. Coming up with the kill was Austin Zahn.
I think right there was a great example. Is if Hawaii can serve tough, they'll take the middles out, and Hawaii was able to set their defense up on the serve receive. However, in transition, they're able to run that middle attack.
Stephen Hunt, back set to Umlauft. He smokes one. SC trying to save that one, but they were not able to. Riley McKibbin tried to pop it up, but Umlauft just put too much power on that one.
And good news for Hawaii, their passing looks much crisper than last night. SC's continuing to put pressure on them from behind the service line, but so far, Hawaii's passers, Hunt and Walker, able to pass that ball with great efficiency tonight.
Umlauft back to serve, 26 kills last night. Excuse me, Stephen Hunt to serve. Umlauft did have 26 kills nonetheless in last night's match. As Murphy Troy dug up by Costello. Joshua Walker, the long setup by Umlauft, and Walker puts it away.
And that is just a fantastic volleyball play that time. Great dig by Nick Costello off Murphy Troy. And Jonas Umlauft proving that he can also set not all offense for the German, as Walker threads that USC middle blocker.
He went up at the triple block. SC went up that time, and Walker still able to put it away. The soft serve by Hawaii, and SC puts that one away easily. They take a 7-6 lead.
See a shot of Ciarelli. Ciarelli already with 3 kills through that first rotation in the front line.
He goes with the jump serve. Overpass. And try Bourne. Reaches over the net, puts that one down. He's out of AOP here in Honolulu.
This is what hurt Hawaii at times, were these overpasses. Credit Ciarelli for a tough serve.
Second serve goes out of bounds. And just like in last night's match, these two teams just trading shots. USC got away with the one in that third set last night. But from that point on, it was back and forth and back and forth. In fact, there were 12 ties, I think, in that second game last night. So both of these teams going back and forth, and more of the same here tonight. Try Bourne right in front of Brennon Dyer.
See, so if USC can stay in system, they're awfully tough to beat. They have to commit. You see that time Welsh committing with the middle, and that set is so fast that he can't make up to the outside.
Zemljak, long back set to Umlauft. Double block up in front of him, but he knows what to do with it. When in doubt, we talked about it last night, go to number 10.
And Umlauft looks extremely fresh right now. Great jump, picking up 2 kills. You see that number is 5.63 kills per set, which leads the nation and the conference.
So Zemljak back to serve, trying to draw even as Hawaii trails 9-8 here in the opening set. Tough serve, McKibbin back set. Murphy Troy smokes one off Costello, almost took out Dan Hero knockout on a pedestal. You can see USC not used to losing. They did last night, and they're out here with a purpose tonight. Big serve by Troy. Backset Walker took something off, and he puts it where they ain't. Joshua Walker gets one on the board for Hawaii.
Well, great heads-up play by Walker, but a fantastic save by Zemljak. The pass was a little tight. Zemljak able to put up a perfect set to Walker.
Walker, the high toss serve, puts it into the net. I thought it had a chance of going over, but it did not. The service error for Joshua Walker. He had 5 of those last night.
See those numbers, 84 service errors with 25 aces, which leads the team.
Stephen Hunt, the double block was right there up in front of him. And SC able to wall him off, pick up a point.
Stephen Hunt tries to hit this ball past Riley McKibbin down the line, but McKibbin, strong hand positioning, sealing that line shot.
Bourne took something off. He comes in with the ace, put it right in front of Stephen Hunt. Hunt tried to do the pancake return, and it was not happening.
So we saw a bunch of these little change-up jump serves. See, just a little roll shot. The serve prior, Bourne forced the passers to pass deep with a jump serve that was a little deeper. So a little bit of gamesmanship between. We saw Nejc Zemljak do that at the end of that 5th set.
Crowd tonight a little bigger than last night, as you expect for a weekend and senior night. And they are letting the home team hear all about it right now. Hawaii trailing 13-9. Back to service, try Bourne. Joshua Walker overpasses it again. Murphy Troy will pump it up. Here comes Bourne out of the back row. Goes right inside the near sideline. And USC building a little bit of a cushion here, 14-9.
And again, it's the pass that's Hawaii struggling with right now. Nejc Zemljak unable to get his hands on it to set any of his attackers.
Bourne again to serve, took something off again. This time Hawaii able to return it. Here comes Umlauft, goes right over the top of Ciarelli. That time it was just Umlauft just out jumping everybody and putting it right over the block.
And Jonas Umlauft makes this look so easy. You see him go up and just kind of tap this ball down the line in the armpits of Ciarelli.
Welch to serve. Here comes SC. Bourne took a stab at it, but he hits it out.
Linesman called it in, but top ref will overrule that shot, saying it was out of bounds. But again, an open net. Hawaii not prepared for that big set.
Also McKibbin to serve. Here comes Ciarelli, and he puts one into the first row of expensive seats. He was down on himself last night, sitting outside the arena, kind of sulking a little bit outside that back door, and so far he's come to play. But very emotional player is number 14 for Southern California. Punch in the middle, it's popped up by Walker. Here comes Umlauft again. The double block is there, but this time he just hits it long. So SC gets us to 15 first in the middle of this first set. Hawaii trailing by 3 as we hit the break. 15-12 Southern California here in the opening set. Let's take a look at the health report. It's sponsored by HMSA, working for a healthier Hawaii. And there you can see it on both sides of the court, both sides of the net. All players are checked in and ready to play. Everybody's healthy. So we got a good one for the Stan Sheriff Center. Hawaii trailing 15-12 to number 1 USC. Hawaii trying to keep the Trojans from getting away here in set 1. Zemljak to set. Right in front of him to Stephen Hunt. Here comes SC the other way. Ciarelli hits it off the antenna. That's a point for the Warriors.
Ciarelli recognizing the double block, trying to go cut that ball down the line. Catches a piece of the antenna as we see Sam Bascaro into the lineup. Bascaro, again, we saw this last night, will be blocking in the front row for Zemljak for these next 3 rotations. Hawaii wants a bigger presence at the pins because of the fact that they will commit to the middle and they want more size on the outside.
Big serve by Umlauft. SC on the attack. Let's try Bourne. Just skying out of the back row and just took a shot at it, put it down. SC gets the serve back.
Yeah, tremendous play right here. You see this double quick almost. The front row attacker is the middle blocker, and then Bourne comes flying out of the back court.
Serve dug up by McKibbin. Excuse me, served by McKibbin. Served up by Costello. Here comes SC. Trying to save it. They do. Costello to Bascaro. He thinks it over, but there to answer is Riley McKibbin. But his save attempt goes out.
So McKibbin makes a phenomenal saves in that first series, and Bascaro, not the most aggressive dump shot we've seen so far, but Bascaro will take credit for that kill going off of McKibbin.
And Costello, the libero for Hawaii, a couple of nice digs on that possession. He was definitely targeted there. 8 digs to lead the attack for Hawaii in last night's match. Stephen Hunt back to serve as they wipe up the floor. 16 for Southern California, 14 for Hawaii. We're in the opening set. Here's a serve by Hunt. Bourne pops it up, McKibbin the set. And it goes off of Brennon Dyer. And right to the color analyst for K5, the home team.
Yeah, I should have played that ball.
Good hands. Ciarelli smokes the serve. Bascaro the set outside to Walker, took something off of it. That allows USC with a chance to respond. And look at Bascaro. You talked about it right there. He's in there to have size at the net, and it paid off right there with the solo block.
He does exactly what he's supposed to do. He's in there to block. You see this pipe set, and Bascaro comes into the middle, help out Dyer, providing that presence in the middle as a blocker.
Good job by Sam Biscaro. Back to serve one of the seniors, Brennon Dyer. He puts it into the net. So SC still holding on to the 3-point lead. As Zemljak tried to sub in, the refs call it off. So Biscaro does middle set to Welch. Bill Welch puts it away, and Charlie Wade coming to ask why was that substitution not allowed?
Well, he said that there's a certain time frame that players are allowed to sub in. And head coach Charlie Wade asking if I missed that time. Either way, Hawaii is able to get the point on that kill by Welsh. But they're being very specific right now. He's saying that they must, in order to do a substitution, they need to fall in front of the 10-foot line to call it out.
And Ernie Ho has to go over and explain that to Bill Ferguson on the SC side. Meanwhile, it's 18-16, USC with the lead. Zemljak back to serve. Good one, dug up by Cassidy. McKibbin the back step to Murphy Troy. He's blocked. SC again with the chance. McKibbin, Murphy Troy again, and this time he goes right down the line. They call it in, they do.
It's a phenomenal hit by Troy. Not a lot of window to hit that ball between Joshua Walker's hand and the antenna. But Troy found a way to find that line shot.
You can see the demeanor, especially in the pregame for SC. Their demeanor is just different from last night. They were out here meeting business. Meanwhile, Murphy Troy puts it into the net.
And again, we talked about Hawaii trying to score some natural points in Game 5 last night, and that's exactly what they need to do now in order to catch up with USC, who has a 2-point advantage. See if they can get a run right here.
Walker, big serve. Cassidy pops it up. Here comes Murphy Troy again, and he's blocked at the net, but it goes out. And first to 20 in set 1 is Southern California.
And great diversity right now by USC. They have all attackers really spread out. The wealth has been spread out by Riley McKibbin, getting all of his attackers involved.
Bourne, serve, dug up by Costello. Here comes Zemljak right in the middle to Welch. USC with a chance. Ciarelli, the set too far behind him. Hawaii with a chance. Here comes Umlauft. Double block. That's blocked onto the Hawaii side. I don't think it got over the net. They're going to give a point to Southern California, and Charlie Wade needs a timeout. 21-17 SC threatening to take the opening set. 21 for Southern California, 17 for Hawaii in the opening set. Let's take a look at the series record, sponsored by Ascent Hotels and Resorts. Over 62 years of Kama'aina hospitality, the 70th meeting overall here tonight between the Trojans and the Warriors. Hawaii leading that series 37-32. They would love to push that up to 38-32 with Hawaii if they can pick up a win here. Charlie Wade has his team still in the hunt for a home MPSF playoff match. The overpass goes right to Ciarelli on the USC side. He puts it away, and USC inching closer to 25.
Yeah, another tough pass. I wouldn't be surprised if we see, yeah, right on time, Matthew Cheape coming in for Joshua Walker to kind of stabilize this passing of Hawaii. Cheape being brought in to help Hawaii get a pass here.
Try Bourne back to serve for USC. Go right at him. Cheape. He get a dink shot at the net by Hunt. Cheape has to pop it up too far for a set, but it goes back to Umlauft. Here comes SC. Ciarelli, double block. Shane Welch is 6'10". You're going to have to do better than that to get it over him. He punches it back up to the SC side.
So Ciarelli struggling so far tonight, unable to get this ball past. You see him try to tip that ball straight down as we see Harrison Carroll into the match to serve for Welsh. Hawaii hoping to get some defense out of Carroll.
Ciarelli goes right at Zemljak. Zemljak pops it over to the SC side. Trojans with a chance. Murphy Troy, solo block by Stephen Hunt. And the Mohawk guy says, I'm putting that back on your side of the net, baby.
You see the sign for Stephen Hunt coming out in the crowd. Hunt one-on-one against the All-American Troy. Great block by Stephen Hunt.
And SC comes back with that quick set to the middle right away, and Steven Shandrick puts it off the floor. And SC gets to 23. Substitutions now. Jeff Carlson coming in as Shandrick comes out. Carlson will go back to serve.
Carlson with a great tough serve. We'll see if He can keep it in.
The one-handed set to Stephen Hunt, and he just launches it wide. And that'll take us to set point here in set 1 for USC. Timeout on the floor for Hawaii. It's tough to be a cameraman here in this business, but these are troopers out here for K5, the home team, you know? Let's take a look at the Jack Pack, sponsored by Jack in the Box, where you can get anything on the menu any time of day. USC, Southern California, of course, located in Los Angeles, enrollment of 35,000, and they play in the Galen Center, which is about the same size of the Stan Sheriff Center. Capacity a little over 10,000. That's your Jack Pack. Meanwhile, Hawaii trying to hang on here in set 1. USC obliges, puts the serve into the net, does Jeff Carlson. And it's 24-20. Hawaii trying to hang tight here in the opening set as Umlauft goes back to serve.
USC will have 4 opportunities to see if they can end this first set.
High toss by Umlauft. He smokes the serve. Here comes SC with a chance. And they put it right down the middle. And that'll end the opening set 25-20. The coaching staff for Hawaii scratching their heads on that one. But nonetheless, Bill Ferguson's squad escapes with the opening set 25-20. See if Hawaii can rebound here when we come back.